Thank you for joining us for another show of Capital Walk. As always, I am Keff Koinange. This week, we're discussing the topic of the rapture and the second coming of Christ. And on the trends today, oh my goodness, we have a man who was considered to be a righteous man in his time, and his walk was blameless among the people of those days, and he found favor in God's eyes. Man, you can't find this guest anywhere. He had 3 sons, all married, and a wife who I'd love to have on the bench one of these fine days. Isn't that right, my friend? This man has 100 years experience in boat manufacturing. My goodness, if it's skill, he has it. 100 years, what more do you want? Huh? 100 years. And if it's skill, man, he can count animals. This man is good in stock taking. I'd like to introduce to you, viewers, none other than Mr. Noah. My good friend. How are you, my friend? Welcome on the trends today.
Thank you, Mr. Keff, whatever your name is.
It's Keff Koinange.
Whatever.
So,
yes, watch distance.
You know, I have been wondering, how did you do it, man? You had just your wife, your 3 sons and their wives. How did you do it? How did you manage to build the ark?
Well, I'll tell you this, Mr. Keff, that we just, it was all God, you know. We used whatever he provided, the timber, the sons, the daughters-in-law that I had back in the time, and the few tools that we had back then. So really, we give all the glory to him, you know.
And you know, I bet this is a question that is on all the viewers' mind. I can guess. Mm-hmm. How did the people in those days take the news? You know, it's in the middle of the desert, I can imagine.
Yes.
And you're starting to build an ark in the middle of the desert. How did the people receive this message that you were giving them?
You know, if you ask me to tell you that it is going to snow in your country today, clearly it has never snowed in Africa. Never in history.
Never.
Never in history.
Only in South Africa.
Well, from what I hear, but you see, in Saudi Arabia, in places like those, desert climate is really hot. So we only get probably what you'd call spittle sand kind of rain. So people were not believing me, and I chose to do what was right, what was God given to me at that time.
Oh my God! And you never gave up. You know, that's the thing that gets to me. Nowadays, people just give up when you give them a task, and you never gave up. What made you, continue with the task that you had?
Well, Jeff, there are few components for undertaking mission. You know, the first one is you got to be passionate about what you're doing. You know, at least I set the pace for the Greeks in the shipbuilding industry. Careful with the hand, eyes, old man. Okay, so I set pace for the geeks. Sorry, not the geeks, the Greeks. Yes, and we had a lot of dedication. You know, I believed in God that He would see me through this. What is that word for industry? In
manufacturing.
Well,
task.
Yes, for task at hand, you know. That was my main aim. Yes, I didn't want to let my God down. He's never let me down before. You know, Marvin Winans did good track on song, never let me down.
I get you, man. You've been working on your current affairs.
I know. I watch from heaven, you know.
I told you, you can't find this guest anywhere else, and we're only at the break. You know, J24 will be back in a moment. Welcome back to Capital Walk. And if you have just joined us on the trench, we have a 500-year-old man. Oh my goodness. This guy is so hairy, he can comb his face. Oh my god. Pardon the pun, pardon the pun. Oh, let's get back to our guest today. So,
yes.
Mr. Noah,
Yes.
you were telling me about the ark.
Yes.
And my question is,
Yes.
how many people managed to get into the ark?
Well, it was me and we were 4 couples. Me and my wife.
Just give me the number. How many people? How many souls?
We were only 8.
8?
Yes, 8.
Just 8?
8.
Out of a whole generation. I'm trying to imagine there are probably 6 billion people in the planet, right?
Well, according to your statistics today, that is the much that you've got.
8 out of 6 billion people?
Yes, but you see now, 8 is not a big number. You know, it's just 0 is built on.
Just 8 people out of 6 billion?
Yes.
And you being a wise man, obviously,
Yes.
500 years old, you look like you could fall off, you know.
Stop teasing.
My question is,
Yes.
when you look at our generation right now,
Yes.
do you think that there's a flood coming? Do you think we, the people of this generation, need an ark?
I believe back well, in my time, God had to use rain to show people He was serious. In this generation, things have been changed. You've got what you call the internet. You've got very weird contraption in the name of car. We use oxen back in the day to pull cart. So I believe there is what you'd call flood coming in this generation, and that would be the return of the major ark, you know, the one that was put up on a tree so many years ago. Well, I didn't exist at that time. At that time, I was already dead. He came many years later. That was hung on tree, beaten, bruised. You know, 3 nails, crown of thorns. That is the ark. You know, more like the ark I had back in the day to save people.
And so, Noah, maybe the question that is in everyone's mind right now is, in this generation, you have seen our generation, how we live. Some say we are wicked, you know. Mr. Noah,
Yes, Mr.
do you think that this generation, as you see it now, do you think this generation needs an ark?
It does. It took it took me and my family, you know, my son, my wife, to be saved from flood. You know, we need ark. You know, ark that was built by human hand with divine instruction from God. We were given even measurement. See that wood pile over there? It's not even enough to make small boats, but we made it. But going back to your question, I believe that this generation needs an ark.
Why do we need an ark in this generation?
Ark will save you, you know. It saved me and my family. Borrow from me, I'm telling you. And that was old school. We didn't have new school. I'm old school. We had to build ark to save from flood, you know, and ensure that life would continue. You, on the other hand, you need ark, not just for short-term life, but also for eternal life.
So you're telling me that in this generation there is a flood that is coming?
Yes, there is flood that is coming, and people don't know this, but there's droplets of rain already starting to come down, and flood will be there soon.
And I know the viewers maybe are wondering, they want to know, which is this ark, you know, because if it was me, I want to get on that ark right away, you know, before the flood comes. Which is the ark?
You know.
Where is it?
Well, and I've heard rumors all over the country that people are watching this stupid movie called 2012, and apparently people are buying space to be on ark. You see, on this one, you don't have to buy space. This one, you just have to give freely of yourself, you know. Take yourself to this ark, you know. This ark built by God and had to suffer for mankind.
So you're telling me that the ark is a person?
Yes, ark is a person here.
And who is he?
He's called...
Is he Barack Obama? Yeah.
Don't make a joke. Don't make a joke.
Who is the Ark? You know, Barack.
Ark here is Yeshua. You know, Jesus Christ.
The man Jesus Christ.
Yes, I call him Yeshua. You call him Jesus. There are so many languages to describe him. He's your Ark. He's your Ark. You know.
So the hard facts. Give us the hard facts.
Well, hard fact is this.
The punchline. Yeah, what's your punchline?
Hard fact is this. In my generation, people were told about flood by me, and they laughed at me. They mocked me when I was building it. But when the rain came down for those many days, I do not want to go into
40 days and 40 nights.
Yes,
You're an old man, I know.
Yes, those many days. They banged on door for me to open for them. I do not want them to miss opportunity.
But it was too late.
Yes, I do not want for anyone of your generation to miss opportunity to climb on board of this holy ark, you know. I want them to grab hold of ark and build and get in and find shelter therein, you know. Yes.
Thank you. I'll invite you for the next show. Thank you. Mr. Noah, oh my goodness, 500 years old. This man, you can't tell, he looks like a teenager if you ask me. A man so old.
Stop jiving, Jeff.
A man,
jiving.
Relax. This man is amazing. And you've heard it from himself, from the horse's mouth, that you either get on the ark or you'll be left. A flood is coming, my viewers. You had better get on the ark. And I told you, you can't find these kinds of guests anywhere else, just on the trench, on J24, where as always we are. Oh, Juja.
All the time.
My man.
Thank you.
How's Shem and Ham?
They're doing well. They're rejoicing with their enjoys. Yeah, you know. But of course, ham is being used for food nowadays.